What up? What's up, everybody? It's Teddy, Caravan Film Cruise. Today, I want to talk to you about modeling, specifically model theory. Now, look, I'm not, I haven't been to any modeling school or anything like that. I haven't, gone to any university for any of the stuff I do right now, except for accounting and some business. But I'd like to talk about the psychology to modeling. A lot of people focus on what are some poses you can do, which is cool, because you need to know poses. But I'd like to focus more so on um, the thinking for being a model, right? So if you're on a location, you're with a photographer, you got your outfit on, you got all right. Well, actually, you know what? Let me restart that. Okay, so look, um, really, like truly, if you want to improve the pictures that you take, it's going to start from um, who you work with, right? So the photographer you choose. Yeah, it's not rocket science. This photographer is the one who is going to capture you in his or her lens. So you have to make sure you're picking somebody that can take the kind of picture you need taken. Some people just do a lot of work on location, outdoors somewhere or whatever, and that's the thing they like. Some people really like being in the studio. Some people have, like I do, I have strobes, high powered strobes you can use outside. Some people don't, you know. So if you got inspired by a look and the lighting is in such a way where it's not natural light outside, um, and it requires a photographer to have a certain amount of equipment, or maybe it's a super wide angle lens, maybe it's a fisheye, whatever. Like these are the questions you're gonna have to ask the photographer you choose. You're gonna have to look at their work to see if it's really work that's good enough to accomplish the concept you have, right? I mean, and then once you have that photographer set up, picked out, then you refine your concept, right? Maybe you could say that it really starts with the concept, but it could go. To me, it could go either way, right? Um, so you figure out the concept that you want, and the concept has to be, to me, I think of concepts as picking the right ingredients. I kind of have a general understanding of the feel I want for the photos. And so, based on me understanding that, I want to go and pick out the right ingredients for that. So, like, if I want this look to be a real modern look, if I want this session to be a very, let's say high fashion, or something that says business or whatever, I might pick a downtown district, and I might do something is a more that off-camera flash for a more produced look, right? Because it's more businessy. Okay, cool. Now that I got those ingredients, I'm gonna think, okay, well, what kind of outfit goes with those, and I think of, like, okay, it could be a suit, could be unbuttoned collared shirt. There's like whatever options I decide to pick that go with it. It's gonna be these colors, and since we're picking these colors, we need to pick a location that has either complementary or contrasting colors, to make the subject stand out. And so you start to refine and build out your concept, your look from there, right? Um, but after you do all that, and you're out there, now you're on location, now you've got your photographer and whatnot there, you got your clothing, maybe you're wearing glasses, you got your accessories, maybe you have like a special pen in your pocket, I don't know, whatever, right? But you figured all that out, you've got everything you need, you're on location. The next thing to do is figure out what kind of message you want to convey, right? And this is where we get into like the model theory. Okay, everything else was kind of prep to give you like the platform to be able to do that. Kind of like, you know, if you played basketball professionally, um, the first things we need to put together is a court and a ball and a hoop and a refs and other players and an arena. An arena got to have fans and all that kind of stuff, right? All that is there, and that is, you know, what you're going to need in order to be in order to have the right ingredients to do what you really want to do, which is the art of playing basketball, right? And you know, and nobody's telling you to finger roll or dunk or layup or shoot a three or crossover. You're just doing that based on, um, you know, the fact that you've got all those ingredients there and you want to make the most of it. Same with modeling. Once you've got all your ingredients there, the next thing is you want to convey a message with your look, right? And I guess this could be like acting theory too, right? But um, every frame or every kind of every photo that your photographer is taking is capturing whatever look you're conveying, and that look can be incorporated with your body, with you know, where you're staring. Maybe you're staring directly into the camera, you know, like this or whatever. Maybe you're staring off camera. Maybe you're looking up. Maybe you're looking down. Maybe you're looking away. You know, whatever. I don't know. There's like so many ways to do it, but you have to figure out what kind of message you want to convey, and that's how you separate, you know, a model from someone who's just pretty, like a pretty guy, pretty girl, whatever. You know, there's beautiful people who you can take pictures of, right? And then there's models. There's a whole different ball game. Okay, models are going to they understand the art of conveying through their body language and their facial expression based on the environment that they're in. You know what I mean? And they kind of feed off that. And then, you know, you get really good when you have a photographer that sees what a model, I mean, what a model that sees what a photographer is seeing and is able to play off that. And the photographer sees maybe a new thing that the model did to add to the scene and plays off that. And then they just kind of go back and forth and build out an awesome shot because they're collaborating on this look, you know? And that's the name of the game. Just like movies or anything else that you do, you know, it's a collaborative piece of art. It's not just I'm going to do this, you do that. It doesn't work like that. We work together on this. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, maybe you have a specific, maybe you're either you or your photographer have a very clear picture that you want to get in your head, and you know you don't want any room for deviation. Okay, fine. You know, you can do that, but I still think that after you get that shot, you should explore and see what else you can do, because I can't predict what the energy is going to be like on a location. You know what I mean? I can't predict if we're feeling really good. I can't predict what the weather's going to be like, or, you know, if a fleet of old schools are rolling down the street like you'll see very often in California. I can't predict none of that stuff, right? And so in my opinion, I just want to put in the right ingredients in place that I know are enough ingredients for us to make something really good with. And then I go out there and I'll play with some of the ingredients, and the model will play with some of the ingredients. Sometimes, like my assistant Fina or whoever's with me that day, you know, she'll add to it, and I'll be like, oh, good idea. Or the mom of the model might say, what about this? And I'll be like, oh, nice. And we just kind of play off what's there, the energy, and kind of freestyle, but knowing that we have this base line of ingredients to work with to make whatever it is that we're going to make. But yeah, you know, that's the difference between somebody who's just a pretty person and a model. A model is communicating constantly and communicating many different things, you know, or maybe communicating something very vague, or communicating something abstract. You know what I mean? But they're communicating, and that's how you do well in modeling, is your ability to convey something. I might put you in a room that's super bright and it's got balloons and confetti everywhere, and you're dressed up like a Barbie doll or whatever, right? And it's like, a really happy shoot, but and some shots, the model might give you the biggest smile ever, and other shots they might be just serious or look gloomy. You know what I mean? And they might just play like that, and it might work. It might come out super clean, because they know that they're conveying something, and they're taking in the atmosphere they're in, and they're seeing in their head the picture that you're giving them, or you're taking of them, I should say. And they're playing off that, and they're trying to understand, or they're trying to express, options and different ways and multiple perspectives of how to take that shot, how to make the best use of the ingredients you put there. So it's my 2 cents on model theory. I don't know, this might be the only video, or there might be a bunch of videos come in that talk about this, but yeah, and keep in mind, I haven't modeled in front of the lens, right? So I don't know what it's like to model, but I know I've worked with really awesome models. I mean, amazing, phenomenal models that did really well. And I know what, and that's why I'm very selective about who I work with on my trade shoots, because I want to work with a model, not just a pretty person. You can have all the right body parts, and you got a pretty face, and or you're jacked and you're ripped and all that stuff, but if you're not really like a model, if you're not really transforming yourself, and morphing yourself in the shoot, then it's not going to work for me, and it's not going to work for what we're capturing. And I'll end up doing a lot of the work. I'll say, put your hand here, head, chin here, look like this, da da da, and I'll be doing all that when I should just be playing off you and accommodating the look that you're giving me, right? Giving that look the best chance at coming out the best, a look that you're inspired by. So yeah, it's my 2 cents. All right, peace. I love y'all. Take it easy. How do I end this?